I got a little bit nervous, but then I thought about the days I was staring at the window and the
You're like,
wall.
yeah.
And I'm like, yes, best decision of my life.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another video podcast. This is Misa.
And this is Yuka.
And welcome to the
Misa
Misa
Yuka
Yuka podcast.
podcast.
Welcome to another week of another podcast. How's everyone
Yes.
doing today?
Great.
It's like already March.
Oh my God. I know.
Can you believe it?
It's because February cut short.
That's true. It's not a leap year.
It's not a leap year.
Yeah.
But cutting 2 days short is actually a big deal.
I know it is a big deal.
I feel like, I lost time.
Yeah. And also, like, I just saw this, like, Jay Shetty, like, reel where he says, like, we have 365 days. Actually, like, 120 of those days we use sleeping. And the rest, like, we use for work. And, like, to do, like, just, like, errands. And you actually have, like, a very handful of days where that actually matters. And he's like, and it's, like, very, like, few days, So I'm like, oh, my God, there's no time to waste.
Right.
And I feel like every year gets so much more faster.
Every
year. So it's like, it's already March.
I know, we have to live with intention.
Yes. Okay, so if you're new here, we are two sisters born in Japan, raised in the States. And on this podcast, we talk about random stuff that we relate to each week. And we hope you relate to as well. All right, so before we start this, like, podcast session, we always have a show and tell. So today we're going to be showing and telling this thing, since it is like spring, or it's like spring is coming. We have a lot of like peach things, like peach drinks.
Yeah, a lot of the peaches are coming into town.
You can buy it anywhere. I got this from 7-Eleven in Japan, but these look so good, right?
Yes.
I already started drinking this, but we have Torokeru Rashi. I love this smoothie brand.
Yeah.
I always love the green one.
Yeah, the green smoothie one.
Yeah.
So
and then this like Hakuto smoothie.
I'm sorry, you try that one, right? So can I try this one?
Yes, let's try that one. And then I'll try this one. This has like no sugar used. And there's like fiber in here.
Do I shake this?
Yeah.
よく振ってから。Whoa.
Wow. This is very good. This has like kale in here. It's like kale, spinach, asparagus, parsley. かぼちゃも入ってんのこれ。めっちゃ美味しいこれ。Wow. This is really good.
I love this. I love Yusankin.
Can I try that too? I'm gonna try this smoothie. I just tried this before the podcast, but this one has like actual peaches inside.
Oh, so that's why the straw is like a little bit thicker.
I mean, this one's like a little bit creamier. Okay, what about that one? Give it to me! Oh yeah, this is like a yogurt, like nashi.
Well, I don't really like this.
I don't really like this one. If I were to rank this, we used to do this in the olden days. Like third place, second place, first place. Okay. Third place, 1, 2, 3. This. Second place, 1, 2, 3. This. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First place, 1, 2, 3. This. Oh my gosh, why is that?
I think conclusion, we have different taste buds.
Yeah, that's true. I really like this smoothie, which is great. I get to have this on my own.
More like a silky juice.
This has like kale in here.
All
right. This is great, everyone. 皆さんもこちらセブンなどコンビニなどでご購入ください。Okay.
And let us know in the comments which one you like.
Yeah, and let us know if you have any like spring things that you want us to try, okay? We're back! Wow. So today's topic is
I quit my 9 to 5
again.
Woo!
I feel like
Yay.
sometimes I just inspire Yuka to quit her 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You influence me.
No. So you want to talk about like a little bit of your background of like, you know, how many years you like worked here and then you like quit and then you like took a break,
Oh yeah.
you know?
So I came to Japan when I was 23, and then
Mhm.
I went into my first company, which was my consulting company. And I did that for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then I quit.
Right.
And that was the scariest thing. I think like quitting your first job is like the scariest
Yeah, the scariest thing because like, and also after just like a year and a half
Yeah.
is really scary, I think, because like I feel like you don't have like much of a savings either.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's a saying in Japan where like, 石に座っても3年.
石の上にも3年. Yeah, you don't have to sit on the rock.
But anyways, yeah, so then everyone was always like, around me would say, you have to do it for at least 3 years. Just try everything for 3 years.
Right.
And then I was like, 3 years? I'm going to age. So, yeah, I took the leap to quit. And then after quitting, I was kind of like doing content creation.
Yeah, but without a direction.
Yeah, without a direction.
Yeah, because we were just so, you know, having so much fun with content, doing like Instagram stuff.
It was so fun.
Yeah, and like doing like you like not podcasting, but like actual like YouTube videos, like vlogging and stuff. That was really fun. But also I think like you got nervous.
Yeah, because I got nervous because we weren't making money, right? We didn't have, or Yuka wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have an income. I didn't have a strategy of how to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just kind of living off of my savings.
Right. And that like that's stressful.
And then it got stressful.
And then you're like, oh, I need to go back to a job.
And I was like, I guess I need to go back.
Goodbye, Misa. I cannot sustain myself.
Yeah. And I think I just didn't know anything about business.
That's true.
Because I started off in a small company, I didn't know how business worked. I didn't know how the money flew.
Right.
The money flow within like a company.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to, you know, do my work that was like in front of me, right? I wasn't looking at the big picture. So I didn't know anything about business, and then I quit, and then I was like, how do I make a living?
Right.
And then I went back to work.
Mm-hmm. At a bigger corporate.
At a big corporate with like many, many, many people working there. And then I just didn't like that either. And I knew it. I knew it my 3rd month in.
Right.
I knew it.
Right.
And I said I was going to quit. Mm-hmm. To my boss.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
My 3rd month in.
Right.
Yeah. And then they said, you should think a little bit more.
Right. And then did they help you like change departments?
They helped me change departments after my 8th month.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like 3 months in, they're like, oh, maybe like you should think about it a little bit more. And then and I was like, really? But then my manager helped me get like more jobs where I had to use my English more. So then I was like, okay, maybe I'll use my English skills and work a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then 8 months in, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
Uh-huh.
And then they helped me change departments.
Okay.
And that was the best department that I went into, I think.
Okay.
I really learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I changed into a department where I was more closer to the company.
Right.
The company's business and how the money business kind of worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also negotiating with factories and I guess video creators as well.
Yeah.
And trying to create like marketing stuff, whatever.
Right. You were doing design and
I was doing a lot of different things, I think.
Okay.
I was just kind of like a nandemoya-san, but more in the marketing department. I
right.
think. And then I learned a lot about business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, it's time to go.
See ya later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I quit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like last month. You're still doing your PTO right now.
I'm doing my PTO.
Nice. Okay. For me, it's a different story. Like, I started working when I was like 21 or something, and then I continued on with the same company. I did change departments after a year, or no, after like 6 months into like an all English, like, you know, like international business kind of department where I only spoke English all day, right? So, and all my clients were like international people. So I was like flying everywhere and stuff. But I did that for 4 years. And then I quit after like 25 or something. Right. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do something else. Yeah. Kind of like that. But
when I changed departments, do you remember what you told me?
What?
You said changing departments will not change the fact that you want to quit.
No, seriously, because it never did for me either. And I always like think that I should have quit earlier. Yeah. Right. But it's always like, you know, everyone's at their own timing too. So I think we're quitting, or we quit at this very best timing. I always believe that. So I always think that I should have quit earlier, but probably like if I had quit earlier, then I would have been like a little bit stressed, or, you know, didn't really know how to, you know, like make things right.
Yeah. I think going into my second company was a good decision.
Okay, that's good. Like, you're glad you went back.
Yeah, I'm glad I went back, and I'm glad I learned a lot more about business. Yeah. Because I was more in a department where I was doing branding work for startup stuff. A lot of my projects started where I had to like build from the concept creation to creating like the money flow and how we're going to make money out of this product. It really wasn't about design, I think. It was really like, okay, let's do business. So that department was really great for me to really train my brain.
Right. So like when you say like do business, you just like saw a lot of money going in and out of the company? Yeah. And like saw a lot of business models?
Yeah, both of them. Okay. I think how my company used money for to market things. And like I learned about a lot of business models in order to create a business model for a product. Right. Yeah, so that was like a big learning that I've never done before. I studied architecture and design, and that's nothing business.
Right, that's true. Okay. All right, so like, should we like talk about like the cycle of quitting a job? Because I was like watching different YouTube videos, but I think this is pretty accurate. Like what?
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Okay, so there's a lot going on, like even before you decide to quit the job, and like you talk to your boss about it, right? You're actually like thinking so much about it every single day, and I think it's like a big leap. Like for that the first step, right? I don't know why. I think it's because we are told not to quit things. Yeah. Especially like the more majime, or like the more studious you are, the more quitting is a taboo, right? And so you're like, oh my God, like, am I a bad person for quitting? Or like, am I a failure for quitting? So I think it's like a big leap for those kinds of people to like quit something, especially like a big girl job. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, that's like phase 0. And then the phase 1 of like you tell them you quit your job, you're like either stressed or you're either really, really happy, right? And hopefully you're the latter. If you're feeling a little stressed after you said that, you might not be ready for it. Right. 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 Or you might be ready for it, but your brain isn't like catching up. Right. Yeah. I always think that it's a lot better if you do things like earlier than you're ready.
Earlier than you're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always think so.
So like that's a great mindset.
Yeah, so just like do it like even before you think you're ready.
Right. Yeah. But what if you're scared?
Yeah, like being scared is actually the right decision. So
really?
Yeah. That's what I always think. I like push myself into the pool. I don't know if this is correct, but like it's always been key in my decision making. Like if I'm feeling a little scared, if I feel like I'm not ready to do this, that's like the best timing to do it.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. Like just do it before you feel like you're like 100%. Maybe you're at 70%. Yeah, if you're at 30%, like definitely not. But if you're at like, 60, 70%, you're like, I want to do it, but I don't think I'm feeling ready. That is like the best time to do it.
I think if you have a little bit of feeling of I want to do it,
yeah,
I think that's the best time. But remember the first time I quit, you asked me, how would you feel if you
quit right now?
Right now. I said stressed out. And then you're like, ooh, you're not ready.
And I think maybe you weren't ready.
I don't think I was ready.
Yeah.
But then I quit like 3 months after that.
Yeah. So see, like I think you were ready, but you were like mentally, not there. So there's like two, if you feel stressed or if you feel happy.
Yeah. Okay. For me, this time, I think there was a lot of thinking about quitting. And that was taking up a lot of my time.
Right.
I think half of the day.
See, that's like a waste of time.
Yeah. I was staring at the wall. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like stressed. I don't know if I, just kind of thinking about it. And I thought that was such a waste of time.
Right.
And that was like the first, I think, when it first started, I was like, oh, you know what? This is like actually the time. The time is here.
The time is here. Yeah, when you're staring at a wall for like half of your day. Before I quit my job, I was like staring outside the window half of the day too. Maybe that's a sign. If you have that, that is your sign to take the leap.
It is a waste of time.
Yeah, because like imagine so many entrepreneurs and like so many, different people like working around the world. Yeah. They're probably not doing that.
Yeah, I was like, I can be building 10 businesses right now if I put my mind into it.
Right, that's true.
So then, that was like my first cycle.
Right. So like after that, like you say you quit and then you're like either, stressed out or happy. Let's say like either one, you have already, said you're going to quit. And then the day comes and you quit your job, right? And then you're like, yes, like this is, one of my best decisions ever. You're really happy. And then I think like you have this, period of or using up all your PTO. Right. And you're like, yeah, like chilling. We're still getting money. Like you don't have to do anything anymore. You're free like a fly. Right. And then after that, that's like phase 2. And then phase 3 comes like, oh, all your friends are going to work. Like even if you like meet up for lunch, they're like, oh, see you later. I'm going to go back to my office kind of thing. And you're like, oh, see you later. Like I have nowhere to go to. That actually happened to me one time. I met up with like you and another like friend for lunch and like at Otemachi or something. It's like a super office place in Tokyo. And you guys are like, okay, I'm gonna go back to work. He's like, I'm gonna go back to work, and I'm like, I'm gonna go. And like I was like crying literally crying because I had nowhere to go and I had to go into a Starbucks. And
that's a place.
Yeah, that's a place. Yeah. And I still hadn't started video or anything, so I was like kind of lonely, and I was like filming myself like, this is it. This is the life. This is the life that I signed up for. Yeah. And then you have, so the phase 3 is like the uh-oh phase.
Oh. The uh-oh phase came a little bit earlier this time.
Okay. Oh, your second time?
Yeah, my second time.
Okay, interesting. Let's hear it. Let's hear the uh-oh phase.
So my cycle was I'm gonna quit. And then I actually remember I took a video of this day where I'm like, I'm gonna say I'm gonna quit today. Like today. I had no plans to go into the office. But because I took that video, I was like, I'm gonna commit to it. And then I went into the office and I'm like, hi, I'm gonna quit. And then on the way home, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I should have said that.
I'm gonna take it back. Let's rewind a little bit.
After I said everything, I was like, I'm quitting because of blah 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 blah. And then like on the way home, I also have a video.
Are you crying?
No, I'm like in shock. like I said that. Yeah. I got really scared.
Right, like how do I pay for rent kind of thing?
Yeah, like is this the right direction? Because it's a big company, there are many ways to kind of navigate through. Like they can change your department again. They can give you a lot of different options.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. Like while I was talking to my manager, I was like, that's so true. I can change departments. I can maybe go to the States and choose go abroad.
As an expat.
Yeah, as an expat.
That's a nice life too, an expat
Yeah, that
life.
is a nice life. Yeah, so there were so many options, but I just didn't think through about all the options that they would have given me. And I was like, no, I'm good.
Right.
And then I left and I'm like, shit, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Yuka is a person who thinks through things or tries to think through things, thinks a lot. Like your brain is so powerful. It's like it has a lot of, gigabyte like memory power.
Yeah, I have like terabytes.
Yeah. Like I only have like megabytes. But do you think and then you just said I should have thought more kind of thing, but if you think too much you can't really act. Do you think it was a good decision to just act?
Yeah, I think I don't regret it.
Yeah,
I don't regret my decision. I was just a little bit nervous.
Right.
I got a little bit nervous, but then I thought about the days I was staring at the window and the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, best decision of my life.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
have to stare at the wall.
Be stressed out.
Yeah. And then after I quit, this weird feeling I've always had when I was working at this company, it was gone.
Oh, what kind of feeling did you have?
It's like this dread.
Oh.
It's this dread, this anxiety, this it's like feeling of, oh my gosh, I have to do that and that and that, but I don't know how to move forward with it. I just don't know how to do it. That kind of feeling.
Right.
All of it was gone.
Right.
And I all of a sudden felt like a feather.
Right. And you're like, oh, I know how to do my work.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Like I know how to live right now.
Right.
Yeah. And then that's when I knew. I was like, oh, this was the right decision.
Right.
At the right timing.
Yeah. So you feel a little bit more aligned with what you're supposed to do. Because I feel like when you are not in alignment, everything feels so off. And a lot of the things that you do on a daily basis don't go well for some reason.
It's true.
It's true, right?
It's true.
But if you live in alignment, especially with your work, because people say, oh, work-life balance, but I question that. What is work-life balance when you're doing something that you love? You won't even feel like it's work anymore, right?
Right.
I mean, when you come to that point, then you feel very aligned.
Yeah.
And then you feel like, oh wow, everything it makes sense, that I'm living on this planet, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that way, little fairy?
I was like, am I a fairy?
Do you feel that way, little fairy?
But I feel a lot less stuck.
That's good.
A lot less trying so hard.
Right. That's true. It's when you are stuck in a mud.
Yeah. The slow sinking mud.
Yeah,
right?
the
quicksand.
The quicksand.
I felt a lot more, I don't want to say unstuck because I don't think I'm unstuck.
Right. There's a lot more discovering.
It's less power.
Oh, what about you're not on hard mode?
Yeah. You're what is it?
Hard mode?
Light mode?
You're on easy mode.
Yeah, you're on easy mode.
I think I took at least 3 years thinking about.
You thought about it for 3 years?
I thought about it for 3 years.
That's longer than me.
I know. And I thought about it deeply and deeply every single day for I think 3 years. I think I was over it after a year. Of working.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to like it, right? Because everyone else is doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, why can't I be like that? Why is everyone working so hard? I was like, I'm gonna work really hard and see if I can like it more. But it just really never happened that I really liked that company. I think it's just working at corporate, just the setting of it.
What did you not like about?
I think it's every day is very predictable. I don't like that. And you have to be at one place for the whole day. My only free time was going to the bathroom. And that was fun. Bathroom time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it got so boring. I was learning another language during work. Even once it got busy, I never really enjoyed it like fully. It would have been great if I really liked working at an office, space. But I don't think like that was for me.
Right.
And I had to come to that conclusion. And, mother was also saying like, oh, maybe like you're just not fit for it.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, that's true, mother.
My colleagues have told me that.
Yeah, you're just like not fit for something.
They didn't say that I wasn't fit for it, but they said like, you're kind of floating.
우이뜨르, like you're not fitting. You're just not fitting, Yuka.
Yeah, I just don't fit in.
Right.
And I think my first workplace, my manager was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna quit like your 3rd month in."
Yeah, you're right.
And then he was so proud of me for staying for a year and a half. And then my second job, they didn't really say anything, but they were like, "Oh, like you looked like you didn't fit in at all." And it was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I never look like I fit in. Yeah. And I thought it was like I'm special. Okay. Everyone's like, yeah, Misa's a little different.
Yeah.
She's a little different. So
no, seriously, I just felt like the ugly duckling.
Okay, so like that is like the step. We like get over the and then next comes the 4th phase of should I go back?
Oh yeah.
To work.
Yes.
Because, money becomes lower or like and you're kind of like, oh, what should I do next? And then you ask yourself like, okay, should I go back to work?
Right.
Yes. I feel like a lot of people come to that question too. Like even after quitting, like even me, like, a few months before I was like, should I go back to work? Like, will I be better at like something else now kind of thing? So that's the 4th phase of asking yourself, I should go back. Should I go back?
Did you ever like think about it?
Yeah.
Does it come in phases or?
Maybe it does come in phases, but like when I first quit my job, yes, definitely. But I always come to that conclusion. It's like, I'm not going to be, looking at the wall the whole day. I came to a conclusion, like, I cannot go back. Like, I cannot. Please, no. I need to make this work. It was like a need. Right. Like a must. Yeah. It wasn't like, maybe I should. It was like, I need to make this work. Like, I cannot go back. It was like that powerful for me.
Like a very big refusal.
Yeah, I was like, no.
But I feel like the last time I quit, like the first time I quit, I felt really lonely. Because you're not connected to society anymore, right? So this time I quit, I was like, I really like this balance of being still connected to society, but being really free.
Right.
And
are you
your
still
own
connected
things.
to society?
No, currently not. I'm currently not connected to society. But I think working at a cafe or, like we talked about like part-time jobs that don't require a lot of work.
Right.
We should still do some of that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Maybe like more for me.
Yeah,
like,
for yourself.
For myself, like it would help me kind of balance things out.
I know, that's true. I was like, should I do a part-time at a trampoline as a trampoline teacher so I can be jumping all day? Like just like once a week, a few hours a week or something. Yeah. I can be a trampoline teacher so I can be like, guys, let's jump. Let's jump away.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
We shouldn't be doing that because you already take on so many jobs.
Yeah.
You have a lot of jobs.
Yeah, I know I do.
I don't.
It's because like people ask me.
I know. It's
for
so
money.
Funny.
It's so crazy.
So funny.
I'm like,
a lot of people ask you.
Yeah, like, do you want to do like, social media consultant? Like, sure, I've never done that before. Like, do you really want me to do it for you? Like, do you want? Can you please coach me with English? It's like, sure. Now I've like built like a whole program out of that because people kept on asking me.
Right.
It's never like I'm gonna build this English business kind of thing. It just like happened and it just never ended. Right?
It's funny how they ask you for information, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of information stuff, like educational things.
Yeah, educational things.
But I guess it has something to do with your Instagram.
Something to do with it.
I think so. Yeah.
Even like to this day, like, you know, I ask myself, should I go back? But no, never. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. I actually have those like thoughts when I'm going on walks. And then I think about those days. I think the days that I was staring at the wall is
very powerful.
It's very powerful. Those were really long hours.
really
long hours.
Long, sad hours. So that's like the fourth phase, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then the fifth phase is like, it's hard to overcome the fourth phase. And if you are able to overcome the fourth phase of like, oh, should I go back to corporate? And if you say no, and if you have a really strong commitment to that, then you go to the fifth phase of freedom, like true freedom. Even if it's, you know, like not so smooth, you are trying your best to, you know, find your way, you know, through this busy world, trying to like make money for yourself.
Right.
And, like, or to make a living for yourself.
Right.
Right. Even during the fifth phase of like freedom, is also like a bumpy ride on its own. Right. So I think it was like a YouTube channel or something. Someone said like the difference between a consultant, like consultants make a lot of money, right? Like business consultants at these big like consulting firms makes bank. And then those consultants often consult entrepreneurs, right? Who have their own businesses and they're actually in the arena doing it. Like consultants will have to consult forever, right? Do that job forever. Like if they don't consult, like they won't get money after that. But these entrepreneurs, like because they're doing the actual work, they'll actually reach a level of freedom once they get to whatever success they achieve, right? So I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a consultant. You know, I should be like the other entrepreneur. So that's like you can like at one point you can attain that kind of like happiness and like freedom. And like there's this like research and I'm not like promoting entrepreneurship and like, you know, having your own business. Like that's like very different for each person. Yeah, a lot of my friends love working at corporate.
Yeah, same.
You know, they love their jobs. And
like I'm so jealous of that.
Me too. I'm so jealous of that.
Yeah.
Like
I wish.
I really
wish.
wish.
I was, you know, I liked my job.
Yeah. I really wish I enjoyed every moment.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. Unfortunately. So you can do either. And so I'm not like trying to promote that, but there's this research that says like jiegyo, like those people who have their own businesses or like jobs actually have the most like happiness overall.
Yeah. I truly believe that though.
I believe that, but it's so hard because like you have to really understand yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you know, like doing that, you know, your strengths, there's a lot of like facing you. Right?
I think, you know, it doesn't have to be like an entrepreneur. I think if you can find what you love in a job, that will bring you happiness, I think. Like it doesn't have to be jiegyo.
Right.
I think those more older people or established people who like know what they like and know what they want to do, they're kind of like freely using that company's money and trying to do what they love, right?
That's true.
So I think in the end, knowing what you truly love will bring you happiness.
Yeah. And like that part is, it's really hard. If it's like crystal clear to you, like, you know, like Taylor Swift knew she wanted to be a singer, right? If that's like really crystal clear, that's a lot easier. But I think that's not the case for a lot of people, including us. Yeah.
For me, this time, I thought that not trying was the worst mistake of my life, probably. So I wanted to try again because even if you try and fail, the worst thing is just the current situation.
Yeah.
You're just going to go back to the current situation. So what is the point of not trying again?
Mm-hmm.
And you can try as many times as you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the worst situation is you're just going to be where you started.
Right.
So I think I listened to a podcast and then that gave me a lot of courage.
Yeah, you should share that podcast.
Yeah, I should.
Don't gatekeep it.
I know. I just listen to it and then it goes on. I don't remember. I'll have to dig in.
Right. But yeah, I think that actually concludes the podcast.
Yes,
Thank you so much for wrapping up, Yuka.
You're welcome.
All right. So if this resonated or if you related, let us know in the comments below. Every week we are uploading videos that resonate with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, navigating life.
Yes.
And we're all just in it together.
And we love comments.
Yeah, we love comments. So yes. So thank you so much for watching until the very end. I hope you guys have a great day.
And a great life.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. See you.